Hi, I'm Jessica Citizen from Player Attack. We are with Konami at E3 2012. I'm here with Tom, and we are looking at Silent Hill Book of Memories for Vita, which apparently is a very different Silent Hill. What makes it different to the earlier ones?
Well, when we were thinking about making a Silent Hill on Vita, we didn't just want to take normal Silent Hill and then cram it into the Vita. We wanted to be different and make something unique for this platform. So we made a list of all the Vita features and all the cool stuff we could do with them. And in the end, we settled on multiplayer. We've always had this idea in the back of our head of what could we do with multiple people in Silent Hill. And since the Vita is so about connecting with your friends and internet and local wireless, we thought this would be a good chance to try it out. So you can play with 3 of your friends for 4 players. You can also play single player, of course, and you don't lose anything. You can switch back and forth between them. You're not going to be penalized. The gameplay is a little more action-centric. It's more of a dungeon crawler than survival horror, but the dungeon crawling genre is really scary in its own right, so I don't think it's that much different once people give it a chance.
I was going to say, you're going to cop a lot of flack for making any sort of change to the franchise, but dungeon crawling is the new black.
Yeah, I've definitely gotten some of the flack already.
And how do you cope with that sort of thing? How do you stick by your guns and say, no, this is what we're doing, we're convinced this is right, stick with us and you'll see?
Well, I go in a room by myself and cry, and then I come out. Really, I love Silent Hill a lot. I've been playing it since the first game, and I've been working on it for 6 years now, and people just have to trust me at this point. You know, you work on enough of them. But on this one, you know, of course they're saying, well, let's be different. And I'm thinking, why do we have to be different? People are going to be so pissed, and I don't want to deal with this. And they're going to be mad. But then, you know, we do prototypes, and we had some, in the beginning we had prototypes that were a lot more similar to the old Silent Hill, but they tried to do the new multiplayer stuff, and it just doesn't gel. And in the end, you have to make a good game. And as long as the game is fun, and it feels like it belongs in the Silent Hill universe, it can be all sorts of things. I've been telling people, you know, Resident Evil gets to do spin-offs. How come we're not allowed to do spin-offs, you know? So, you know, it is a little different, but I don't think it's un-Silent Hill, and hopefully once people play it, they will agree.
It's obviously set in the same universe, but do you consider this to be a spin-off? It's not following any of the narrative paths that we've seen before?
So the gameplay is spin-off. Clearly it's different. The storyline is canonical, and what I mean by that is it takes place in the same universe. We abide by the same rules. We don't just say, oh, this could happen because it's this game, so don't worry about that. That said, it's an all-new storyline. In this game, you are the protagonist, so you create your own character when you start, and hopefully you really identify with that character so you can be immersed in the story. And it's supposed to be like you are finally in Silent Hill. And what is that like?
Scary. And that's the intention. If it's not, you're doing it wrong. But it's going to be really scary. How do you work and how do you put scary things into games? I can't imagine creating that.
Well, it takes a certain mentality, and I think, you know, when I'm playing, let's say, a multiplayer shooter or something, I'm not looking at it like, here's my objective and I'm going to kill 20 guys. I'm looking at it like, I'm going to kill this guy and then let him see me on the kill cam and then move to this spot where he won't be able to see me when he runs there and then shoot him again and then make him come back. So I'm constantly trying to get in people's heads, and I think in a survival horror game that's necessary because you can play the level and go, oh, well, when they round this corner, they'll be looking up there, and so if we make this happen, it'll scare them.
Excellent. Don't want to run into you in a dark alleyway. I think that could... So, what sort of challenges have you been facing going to the Vita and actually actively looking for what is new about this platform and you know, what can we use it for?
Well, I mean, it's got a lot of cool stuff, especially when you're trying to do creepy things that people aren't expecting, you know, these new things. So that's been really fun. I'd say the hard part on this game has been paring it down. You only have so much time, you only have so much money, and you could throw everything in, but then everything would be half-assed, and you don't want that to happen. So,
and there's no way to go for a sequel.
Right. So, I think the hardest part is just like, well, this is really cool, but then we can't do this, and we really have to do this, so we can't do that other thing. So hopefully, we'll get to do a sequel, or DLC or something, and then we can explore the other avenues as well.
What should people be really, really looking forward to with Silent Hill Book of Memories? If they have never played a Silent Hill game before, how is this as a place to start?
This is a good place to start.
Why?
Because it's so different. You don't have to feel like you've missed something, or this gameplay is similar to that. Maybe I should have played this first. So newcomers can come in and play it themselves. Also, returning fans. There's a lot of fan service in the game. Just a ton. I can't even begin to tell you how much. So they'll find a lot to appreciate too. And then the perfect scenario for me would be for a newcomer to be playing online with his Silent Hill friends, and then something crazy can happen and they'll go, oh, that's like in this game, or that's referring to this. And then they get educated and everyone's having a good time. I think if you had to pare down one thing to look forward to, it's the story, because I wrote it.
There we go. When can we look forward to playing your story?
This will be coming out in October to coincide with the movie release.
That's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.